Hey guys, welcome to another session of Axios. In this session, we are going to see how to handle the errors with Axios, how to create an instance of Axios, how to use async and await with Axios. There could be a number of reasons why we get the error when we make a call to the API. There could be a network issue, or the resource that we are trying to access may not be available, and we get the errors due to some other reasons too. Now let us see how to handle the error with Axios. So we are making the GET call to get all the users inside the useEffect hook. And now instead of passing the correct URL, let us pass some invalid URL. I am removing the I from API. If you reload it, you can see that we don't see any data, and press F12. Here you can see the error request failed with status code 404. And generally it is good to show some custom message to the end users when there is a issue. Remember, we discussed that Axios is a promise based HTTP client library. So Axios.get method will return the promise. So we can use the catch method on promise to catch the error, and it takes the callback function, and this callback function of catch method will receive the error object when there is a error. So error, let us print it now. Console.log just error, save it and just reload it and press F12 again. This time you can see that error request failed with status 404. And now when there is a issue, as I said, it is good practice to show some custom message. So now let us do that, and for that I am going to define one state, constant error message, and then we will have the method to set error message. Set error message equal to use state. If you are not aware of use state, please watch my suggested video. And I am going to assign the default value empty and go to JSX. So now let us write some logic to show the custom message when there is a error. Error message not equal to empty, which means when there is a error, then show message like oops, please try again. So as of now we are not setting the error message, that's why we are not seeing this custom message. So we are catching the error inside this catch method. So here let us use the method called set error message, and let us set the error. Take this error object and pass it. Save it. There you go. Now you can see that oops, please try again. And now this time we got the data, and still you can see the message oops, please try again. So when there is a data, we need to clear that error message. So let's default this error message to the empty string. So just pass empty string, and if you save it, now this time you can see that it disappeared. And if you use the invalid URL again, then you can see that oops, try again. Now let us see how to create an instance of Axios. If you notice, until now we have defined this URL whenever we are making the get call, post call, put call and delete call. So instead of defining the base URL again and again, here the base URL is nothing but http localhost 5000/API. So this is the base URL. And whenever we would like to remove the user or delete the user, we are just appending the ID to the URL and we are making the call. So by creating the instance of Axios, you don't need to pass the URL again and again. So what we can do, we can simply create the instance. So constant client, you can give any name. Axios dot, it is having a method called create, and it takes the object as the input. And here let us pass base URL. Here all the letters in the URLs are capital. Pass this base URL. And you can pass the headers also, not just the base URL. Save it, and now just replace the Axios with client, and here you no need to pass the URL. We can remove this URL, and we remove the fetch code also, not required anymore. And now save it and refresh. There you go, we got the data. Same way for add user, you can just remove this URL. So now instead of URL, just pass empty string, and instead of Axios it should be client. So now just pass some value Shyam 23, click on submit. You can see Shyam 23 added. And the same way for remove user and delete user also you can just change it. So in case of remove user you can remove this base URL, but we need to keep this ID because we need to append the ID to the URL. So just say ID str ID string, take this and use this here, save it, and this is for remove user. Click on the Krish. Sorry, we need to change it to client. Now refresh. Now click on Krish. There you go. You can see that Krish has been deleted. So same thing you can do for update user also. So instead of URL just have this and take this, and instead of URL just use that, and instead of Axios it should be client. Now click on update. You can see the one updated, Shyam updated and Alex updated. So this way you can create an instance of Axios and make use of it. Now let's see how to use async and await with Axios. Using async and await we can write much cleaner code. If you are new to async and await, please watch my suggested video. We can use the await inside the async function only. So let us define the async function inside the user effect hook. Function get users, and this should be async, right? So add the keyword async before the function, and then let us make get call constant response equal to await client dot get method, and once we get the response we can simply set the user data. So just take this and do it, and let us call this get users function inside the user effect. So get users, and let's comment this code, just refresh it. There you go. Now we can see that using async and await we have written very much cleaner code and simple. When there is a error, how to handle it? So for that we can just use try catch. So try, inside that let's have this, and when there is a error just use the catch block. If you are not aware of exception handling in JavaScript, please watch my suggested video. It takes the error, and inside that we can just have this clear the error once we get the data. Make some changes to the URL so that we get the error. Refresh. Now you can see that oops, please try again. So now this catch block has been executed and we can see the error, and back to normal. Now you can see that error message gone because we got the data and we cleared the error message. Same way, let us use the async and await with the post, put and delete methods. Add user, just we say constant response equal to await, and then just use this, and once this is successful we need to set the user data, and let us comment this code, Ctrl K C, and if we save the changes we are going to get the error. So you can see that we get the error unexpected reserved word await. So you can't use the await without async keyword. So just define async, and now save it and reload. There you go. So now let us add one user, Viswa 22, submit. There you go, Viswa 22 added. Let's modify remove user and delete user one, and once it is successful we don't require this delete code, just remove that. That's it. Don't forget to make it as async. You get the error, otherwise just delete, it works. And the same way do it for update user also, and just remove this, save it, and don't forget to make it async. Now let's update it. Click on that. You can see Viswa updated, Viswa updated. Because these two are having the same ID, we have hard coded it. That's the reason we can see only first one is getting updated. That is okay. So by now we have seen that how to use the async and await with Axios, and using async and await you can write much clearer code, and the code looks like a synchronous code, and you can make use of try catch block to handle the errors.